Good morning, everyone. This is Chuck King from Ford City, Pennsylvania. And it's September 3rd, 2021. And we are studying Proverbs, lessons from Proverbs today. And so we're looking at Proverbs chapter 8, verse 1. Does not wisdom call and understanding lift up her voice on the top of the heights beside the way where the paths meet? She takes her stand beside the gates at the opening to the city. At the entrance of the door she cries out. So wisdom again described here as reaching out to us, calling out to us with the grace of God coming as a revelation from the Father, speaking to us. And verse 4 tells us, "To you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. O naive ones, understand prudence, and O fools, understand wisdom. Listen, for I will speak noble things, and the opening of my lips will reveal right things." The things that God reveals to us are the things that we need to hear. They are those things which keep us from walking away from the most important understanding available that comes from God. Instead of walking down the path of the naive, the path of the world, we need to listen to the revelation from the Father. Verse 7, "For my mouth will utter truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the utterances of my mouth are in righteousness." There's nothing crooked or perverted in them. So we have this standard of truth and righteousness that has nothing of the world, nothing crooked or perverted, verse 8 says. Verse 9, "They are all straightforward to him who understands, and right to those who find knowledge." So this is what we need. The no-nonsense revelation from the Lord that gives us the straightforward teaching that we need to avoid failure in this life and for all eternity. Verse 10, "Take my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choicest gold. For wisdom is better than jewels, and all desirable things cannot compare with her." So better than having the material wealth of the entire world is the instruction that comes from God. Nothing can compare with God's revelation of truth. Verse 12, "I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and I find knowledge and discretion." So we have knowledge and discretion and wisdom and prudence all coming from him. Verse 13, we see the fear of the Lord is related to the wisdom of God. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogance, and the evil way, and the perverted mouth I hate. So when we fear the Lord, we turn from evil and resist pride and arrogance and perverted words, because the Lord resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. And the fear of the Lord motivates us to turn away from those carnal, worldly things that destroy us. We know that the fear of the Lord is the respect and honor and love for Him that keeps us from making those bad choices in our lives. Verse 14, counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding. Power is mine. So we know this is what we need. We need the counsel and the wisdom of the Lord, the understanding of the Lord that only comes from Him. By me kings reign and rulers decree justice. By me princes rule and nobles, all who judge rightly. So we need the wisdom of God to oversee, to rule over other people. That's how just leaders and righteous leaders behave, from first receiving the wisdom of God. Verse 17, I love those who love me, and those who diligently seek me will find me. So we see the need to diligently seek the Lord in order to find Him, to find His love, to find His wisdom. He responds to us when we diligently seek Him. So the inference here would be that if we aren't seeking God, we won't experience His revelation. Verse 18, riches and honor are with me, enduring wealth and righteousness, even prospering materially, comes from the Lord. My fruit is better, verse 19, my fruit is better than gold, even pure gold, and my yield better than choicest silver. Another reference to how much more important the wisdom and knowledge and the fear of the Lord is than material gain. I walk in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of justice, to endow those who love me with wealth, that I may fill their treasuries. So we see this overwhelming prosperity, the prosperity that the New Testament talks about. God will make all grace abound to you. And we see that He makes us prosper in every way when we walk in His wisdom. When we walk in His wisdom, we walk in righteousness and justice and prosperity. Verse 22, the Lord possessed me at the beginning of His way, before His works of old. From everlasting I was established, from the beginning, from the earliest times of the earth. When there were no depths, I was brought forth, when there were no springs abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills, I was brought forth. While He had not made the earth and the fields, nor the first dust of the world, when He established the heavens, I was there. When He inscribed the circle on the face of the deep, when He made firm the skies above, when the springs of the deep became fixed, when He set the sea, for the sea its boundaries, so that the water would not transgress His command, when He marked out the foundations of the earth. So we see that the wisdom of the Lord was active even before creation. It's eternal. Verse 30, when I was beside Him as a master workman, and I was daily His delight, rejoicing always before Him, rejoicing in the world, His earth, and having my delight in the sons of men. Wisdom, the wisdom of God, making possible the entire creation. Verse 32, now therefore, O sons of men, listen to me. Now therefore, O sons, listen to me, for blessed are they who keep my ways. Heed instruction and be wise, and do not neglect it. how important the wisdom and the knowledge and the fear of the Lord are for each of us, that we would listen and obey his words and walk in his blessings. Verse 33, heed instruction and be wise. Do not neglect it. That's the possibility of ignoring him is very real for every person, and we need to listen. Be wise and don't neglect his instruction. Blessed is the man who listens to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at my doorposts. We need to listen to the Lord and seek him daily. Wait for his revelation. For he who finds me finds life and obtains favor from the Lord. But he who sins against me injures himself. All those who hate me love death. So seeking the Lord, loving his wisdom and knowledge, walking in the fear of God, heeding his words is life to us and favor from him. But if we reject his word and sin against him, we destroy ourselves. This is the message from Proverbs 8, exalting the wisdom of God, reaching out to us. We are commanded to seek after him, to know him. He will respond to us when we diligently seek him. Let's receive this teaching today for the glory of God. We'll talk more about Proverbs tomorrow. God bless.